This meeting is being live streamed.
Uh-oh. So it means we're probably, this is funny because it just automatically, and we were already live, just hanging out. Okay, yep. So let's pause the monitor. Everything's working. Live chat. So, well, we are live. Ooh, I'm making a funny face on the pause there. Okay, so we're live. What's up, Chris?
What's up, man? How's things?
Pretty good. So today we're going to do a shorter stream because we have a super special secret meeting at 8 that Chris is specifically bound to attend. But we won't tell you about that for obvious reasons. So, welcome everybody to Summerland Academy for Radical Undoing. I'm here with Chris. This is the our show called. Did I call it Playtime? Yeah, that's better than the Playpen, I think. Playpen is cool. Playtime with Chris and Garrett. And actually, I need to change the title because that doesn't. It's like end. Playtime with Chris and Garrett. Is this episode two? Episode two, season one. We'll call it episode two. The last one was a real episode about, oh yeah, easy way to overcome learned helplessness. Okay,
Yes.
so Playtime with Chris and Garrett, season one, episode two, which is about what? It's about uh levitating,
Levitating profits. New age levitating profits.
yeah, so uh exploring fake seeking, uh exploring the fake seeking of YouTube profits, prots and profits, we could say.
It's
It's
good
kind of
too.
cool. Prots, YouTube prots and profits. Okay. Um, you can fill in the description later. That's fine for now. And a nice thumbnail. Okay, so Chris, you brought this topic to my attention. Well, I was already aware of it, but you brought specifically up this guy, Andres, or what is it?
That's probably right.
Andres
Andre
Reyes? Reyes?
Martinez.
Oh, Martinez. I thought it was Reyes, like the king, because he's the king, as we know.
Mm,
So Andres oh no, it's God, the God codes.
mm.
Got tag him. The God codes. He won't notice us because he has billions of views. Is it the God codes?
That
Uh-oh.
sounds like something you would use. Kingdom codes, God codes,
Hold on. What's the actual YouTube?
the wealthy prophet,
Andres Wealthy Prophet.
the billionaire soulmates.
Oh, Andres Martinez. Oh, the God. It's at the God code. So here we go. He's styled like Jesus there in the let's go ahead and share the screen. Just dive right into this madness. Well, what's the purpose of this, Chris?
Well, it's not my intention to, or usually my style to attack anybody or to, but somebody asked me to do this. So a friend of mine asked me to essentially take apart his worldview or his whole thing via Orthodox, um, through an Orthodox lens, let's say, somebody who's in his circle. So that's why I brought it up to you and
Okay,
why we kind of are here.
cool. Let me bring up hold on, bring up the monitor here. I lost it on the other screen. So yeah, if you folks have questions along the way, go ahead and type them in. I think I'll still be able to see them in the live chat here. Let me arrange the screen. Okay. Let's see, all chat, live chat. There we go. Okay, so we got the live chat going. Yes, we're gonna have a look at Andres Martinez, the wealthy prophet. Um, so Chris, you said something about he's running the church or something as well on
Well, the
wait,
friend
hold on.
who
I don't let's
go
we don't
ahead.
even have to look at this through necessarily an Orthodox perspective.
No, we don't.
We can because we don't have to posit anything to tear down what he's actually presenting. It seems like just a lot of occult stuff. So as I scroll through, you guys can kind of see what we got. The wealthy prop, the wealthy supernatural lives. Yeah. Enter the vo code number one, enter the void, the chakras and the spirits of God. Did you watch these?
No, man.
Mhm. Well, how do you know it's not so super amazing and effective?
Well, that's the thing. We don't even need to. I like common sense alone. I feel like should tell people that this is empty. But this is part of the madness of New Age. I mean, just the madness
DJ
of this.
Supernatural Daddy. Is that what DJ Supernatural Daddy? Meditate live with me. Listen to God level music, the Christ frequency. Okay. Um, let's check some of this out. What we got here? Shorts. How to stay in eros, passion, and polarity. So he's just using a bunch of buzzwords. The Matrix. Um, join the School of No Magic. Oh, how to manifest. So this is all like New Age kind of tripe, but we have to actually tear it apart. Let's look at the levitation one. This is hilarious.
Yeah, those are really. Um,
Why do you have to be seated like you're on a platform then? Yeah, why do you have to be seated like they're always on some kind of platform there. This is like what, making ice float in the glass? Okay. The egg trick is a gimmick one. You can buy that on magic shops.
I mean, just look at the videos. It's like the gaudiness and the corniness of the whole thing just blows my mind that people would um,
Yeah.
pay any attention, um, and yet people are. Because people are so desperate and naive these days to what spirituality, is and looks like that you can, you know, attract people with such nonsense. Um,
15 to 20 orgasms a night. Okay.
yeah, it's just so like over the top. Like I can't believe it. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
even as a young seeker, I wouldn't have um, paid attention to this, and yet grown men are. So, I mean, just right off the top, Christ magic with a K. So, like right there, we just have an anti-Christian, you know, uh, selling magic tricks, millionaire profit. It's just, I don't even know where to begin. It's so obviously fraudulent. And yet, I'm calling anybody who's learned how to meditate or start things on fire with their hands from Andres, please step forward now and you know,
What are these ones with the woman blindfolded in the background?
Christ magic, man. Christ Crowley sex magic. It's okay because Jesus. Um, yeah, I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to begin. Um,
Seems like just a patchwork of a bunch of different bunch of different new agey kind of stuff. Unlock your high feminine potential. The body can't lift itself, but the spirit can. All these ones with her hanging out in the background with the blindfold. I guess that's his male dominance. Jesus miracles.
Even a little bit of exaggeration when it comes to teaching, especially in the realm of spirituality, is unacceptable. So when you say things like manifesting $1 million in a single day through spiritual technology, performing telekinesis, levitation, teleportation, um, curing cancer, COVID, kidney stones, Like you're doing all these, creating 100+ millionaires and generating over $1 billion in client revenue. Like we said, he's a billionaire, and yet only 1,200 followers on YouTube. And your main platform is Facebook.
Yeah. Oh man. He's got a
Um,
church, huh?
I don't know if he has a church, if he just people meet with him on Zoom to listen to him preach the Bible. I'm not exactly sure. Um,
Daniel in the Daniel 6 in the Lion's Den, but in dark melodic techno. Oh man. Is that a
it also
mask?
it
Huh?
also speaks to that people in general are ignorant, completely ignorant of the saints, and have never read like the life of a saint, right? So it's like a secret hope that they wish it was this easy, that oh, they too can manifest money and just learn like the Bible codes or something, um, as if that's what it's all about, when the
No.
Beatitudes are completely the opposite of this.
Oh. Oh, but you got hold of it. See, this is always the thing. They defer to Bible being true because that's how they would even know. How do you know about Jesus Christ? How do you know about the scripture? And then they're claiming that the same church who gave the scripture, which apparently he found the secrets in, or he's reliant upon for this stuff, the same church removed or obscured the secret teaching that he has.
Yeah,
So don't listen to 2,000 years of tradition and don't listen to saints and holy people who put in massive ascetic efforts over decades. I mean, for one person, even each of them. No, this is the authority. This is who we trust right here. And he knows.
yeah, that's so right here you have a kind of Gnosticism, which is it's funny that he even uses magic with a K. Like he even takes Crowley's, occult and then tries to Christianize it to uh
Well,
what's
Crowley
the
kind of believed himself to be a Christian in some ways too.
yeah,
Yeah, and even the Freemasonic worldview is that the story got the story got reversed at some point, and that Lucifer is the actual God, the one that you should follow,
right,
that he's been demonized.
right. Um
So it's materialistic at its base.
well, and he also self-proclaimed that he was a prophet, and it seems like this guy is doing the same thing by
But the thing that
naming
him and Aaron Abkey have in common is that they're the proof of the proof of their holiness is material, essentially material,
right, right, which is
and
a
even
whole
emotional and behavioral. So it's a distortion on the idea that, like, because a struggling person who's genuinely spiritually struggling with, like in Orthodox Christianity, or even with the undoing, to actually struggling to seek the truth and to uh, examine and remove the false or contradictory aspects of their worldview and remove the chronic tension in the body that comes from bearing uh, decades of cognitive dissonance from broken worldviews, from bearing inconsistencies and contradictions in their worldview over years, might not appear like what Father Cosmas on the Orthodox talks, what he calls fake, or he calls demonic peace,
hmm
or like fake joy and fake peace. Now, this guy isn't really screaming peace to me either, but when they have that fake peace, sometimes it's like Well, in this guy's case, I think he's actually being de deliberately being deceptive. I think he knows what he's doing because I don't think that he believes he can actually levitate and all that stuff.
Right.
Because they have to know that they're faking it. If somehow they're actually levitating, I would say, man, that's seriously demonic shit going on because it contradicts the way the system he's relying on being true for everything he says, everything he assumes about Christ and his existence and all this stuff is uh, in contradiction to his claims about that system, his claims to power and everything. It's completely contradictory to the lives of any saint and to the teachings of Christ and all this. So he's in a constant contradiction. He doesn't really care. He might actually believe some of what he's saying about the Bible stuff. That's out there. He could have
Sure.
read that somewhere. Aaron Abkey, on the other hand, he's a little. I think he might actually believe what he's saying because I've seen him jump on to defend it in different places.
Oh, I have no doubt he does. Yeah.
So he's
Um,
in a he just believe, but it's also full of contradictions.
yeah. I mean, he's selling Kundalini awakening systems on Instagram, um, talking about the law of one, and then also, the Jesus way. So just this mishmash of, perennialism, which is like the whole kind of new age spirituality is a kind of perennialism. Um,
I think that System of a Down guy is sort of into that same stuff, that same worldview. You can just mix in whatever, like, oh, the Native Americans believe this, and the Indians believe that, and this, you know, lumping all these things together.
well, and
That
that's
gets
exactly
old.
what I did, and I had no problem with that for a while until the contradictions caught up, and then, but that's exactly what I did.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, I used to be
so
more like a syncretist,
yeah.
not a perennialist. I was sort of opposite, kind of similar, but I thought I was going based on what one of my teachers, Dr. Hyatt, suggested, which is that you could grab, not that it assumes there's a nugget of truth in everything, but that if you found some system in a book or wherever, that there might be just one nugget of something that you need. So there was
Sure.
this presumption of some other quest going on, which is your own self-enlightenment, and then that you would grab from whatever would be useful toward that end. So there's no concern whether it was about worldview level or contradictory or not. It just assumed
Sure.
that to be the highest good that you're seeking for your own enlightenment. Now, I guess that alone is what the heart is already doing. It's programmed to yearn for the truth. So, in a certain sense, you're seeking for your own salvation or your own enlightenment, but not in the terms that the Indians would use that the Hindus would use that term, you know?
Yeah, I hear you.
The
Yeah, I
term itself is
suppose.
sort of people have it gets people all mystified when they hear that term rather than in its proper context.
Which term? Enlightenment?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose I took on kind of Crowley's worldview, which is there's a kind of invisible secret tradition that all religions are. There's an esoteric aspect to every religion, which points to this universal religion that is above and beyond any manifestation, and that essentially yoga and magic are the science of attainment. This type of thing. Um,
Here it is. Embrace pure darkness. It's like, yeah, there we go. Amazing ride. No, we're not gonna let him do that right now. So this is some
that's
kind of faulty
that sums it up
logic
right
here.
there. Yeah, that sums up the kind of thinking that goes on here.
Yeah, this is on demand, miracles on demand, and that you're the cause of them.
Exactly. So we don't have to
Ugh.
spend, that much time. Well, I suppose we don't have that much time left, but
Let's have a look at Mr. Abkey and see what he's got going on. I mean, we kind of need to do, if we really want to dig into this, we need to do a more proper takedown and find out in detail what the worldviews are. But it's pretty clear. That guy, that first one, Andres, hopefully God does enlighten him, bring him out of that intense hubris and pride. I know I know how that goes. Like I used to think I was some kind of master of the universe or something because of the undoing work. But the nature of the embodiment work itself and breaking the chronic tensions, like almost forces a constant like humility or humiliation in a way. Because oh, look at me. And then that's unsustainable without a lot of tension and cognitive dissonance, you know?
Yeah.
So as you're starting to, because you're forced to look at yourself and inquire. And when you see that you're wrong about something, that is contradictions, then I'd say in some sense, the undoing work allows you to tolerate the intensity of that frustration and embarrassment. You know, you can you can start to see like, oh yeah, this is all this darkness inside me. These uh, proclamations. You know, I used to get wide-eyed and make proclamations about reality and the universe and all that. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. I can relate.
really,
So
yeah. Oof, it's good I didn't have a huge audience. Man, so Abkey, yeah, he's got the lighting and the looks, I guess. He's got like, you know, unless somebody's behind him, one of his things, oh, that's on Andre, oh, that's somebody else's site, Andre Ducum. What an appropriate name. Ducum.
yeah, he's got a podcast. What is it?
Find enlightenment and end suffering using the law of one, Aaron Abkey. How to call forth our awakening by understanding the law of one. Uh Spiritual practice, escape your self-made matrix. Okay, so we got the same terminology. Spiritual growth requires hard times. The Bible is very clear. Oh, is that oh, that's that Swedish guy.
Canadian, I think.
Oh,
Um,
here we what do we got here? Let's take a It was the drugs, bro. Oh,
Power of Now, Garrett.
yeah.
Now.
Well, see, yeah, it's right away. He actually is trying to be genuine. I really believe that about him, which means he's probably maybe he can be made aware of this or corrected, you know?
He had an Orthodox guy on recently, and
Oh, which one?
on their podcast. Not a priest, just a another Orthodox content creator, and they were talking about how they just learned of Orthodoxy, and they're like, it seems like there's a lot in common with like what we if you scroll down, it might be here soon. What we believe in Orthodoxy.
Hmm. Wes Huff. Yeah, he's got a fair amount of views on some of these too. Oh, I'm not on his channel. Okay, that's what's going on. If we go to his channel, decent amount of subscribers, though. How to talk, and he says how to talk to the universe, the law of attraction epilogues. Oh man. So he does call it the universe sometimes. What
Yeah, I
exactly are
mean,
we Aaron, what are we talking to when we talk to the universe that's like a fixed thing you have access to? Is it a person? What is it?
right. Well, look,
Jesus, Jesus warned
first.
of Jesus warned of I love it. Jesus warned of false prophets, and I know which ones are false. And that Paul, I'll tell you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Meanwhile, he forgets, hey, Aaron, where did the Bible come from? Oh man.
You read The Law of One? It's a
No.
channeled book by a being called Ra, who
Oh
calls
no,
himself
Egyptian.
a seventh dimensional memory complex. Um,
No, dude,
yeah, yeah.
give me a break.
There's like 7 books. I had them all. I burned them. It goes into the tarot. It goes into all of it, and that's what he was teaching 3 years ago, and now it's the Jesus way. Um, why not the Ra? Why don't we just listen to Ra uh, from the Law of One then? So yeah, it's I know the mindset that these guys have is anti-church, is anti-authority. It's
But dude, there's then they make themselves the authority. That's what they don't see.
no, they do not. I mean, the irony to say we're not Trinitarians and we don't believe Jesus died for our sins, and then they go into this long talk about humility. It's like the Trinity is the highest mystery. So you're claiming that you understand it enough to disagree with it, right? To deny it.
I gotta tell you
Like that's
about
amazing. But we
2,000
have
years, yeah, of tradition, and again, he relies on Bible being true, and then goes about to tell us what parts that are not true.
hey, can I get a halo right quick? Or is
I,
that's
I,
just for you?
it only gives it. I mean, I tried when I click on you, but it just gives me like it just won't. You know
Right. Not enlightened enough.
what I
No.
mean? No, it won't let me do anything to you. Sadly, I would have already been manipulating your appearance this whole time.
That would be good if you were. So,
Oh wait, now I see. No, I see. Aaron Apke is correct. We were wrong.
uh,
We should
Andres
follow
Church.
him. Yeah, and we could join Andre's church too because any church is, leading to the same place.
Well, Andres
No,
should take his $1 billion that he made in a day and pay Aaron Abke's people to make him some better thumbnails for his YouTube videos so he can up his followers and get and help some more people learn
because
how to levitate.
if he's actually good at the levitation trick, I mean, he could just do if he wanted to be honest, he could just do like a mentalist or do some mentalist or magician show. So maybe he actually does believe in some of what he's saying, that Andres, but he excuses the trickery of the levitation and all that stuff to himself by thinking, well, this gets people to believe in themselves or something. You know what I mean? Maybe he's telling himself a story like that.
That's what I was wondering. Like, and people have such low levels of uh that he doesn't promise anything he gives, but he hypes them up enough to people just stick around in his circle and so, you know, they don't hold him up to his promises of teaching them to levitate and manifest $1 million without doing anything.
Yeah, that's why there's
Um,
something going on there. It's more like this spiritual sickness because when offered correction or well, that they can't see outside of it. They can't see outside of what they're doing. Andres, I get more of a sense, and I could be wrong, that he really knows what he's doing and just wants to try his hand at that as a business model or something.
yeah, he like studied marketing in video, right? So that was his whole thing. And, grew up with the Bible, so knows the Bible well. And then kind of broke out of this very closed-minded, probably Baptist upbringing, discovered other stuff, and then, fasted for the first time, and then, you know, felt something, and then he was like, I got it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Uh, I don't know. He did share his story. I was in a group with him where he shared his story.
Oh,
Um,
what kind of group was this?
This was a little Telegram group that the friend who asked me to do this started called the Mystic Crew with a K. And everybody kind of shared their
I mean,
mystical
the main thing
stories.
is these guys are saying that the authority they're trying to say that the authorities who handed down the Bible are incorrect or deliberately being deceptive, which would then imply that like again, like let's say 1700, 1800 years of deception and manipulation and all the books, all the saints, all that's either made up or they're all deceived. Uh, so all that literature, all the bodies, insane amount of works and saints and traditions, and churches and monasteries all over the world. Uh, all of that was false, and all of those people who were saints and spending lifetimes in prayer
Right.
are totally false because if what Andres is saying is true or Aaron Abke is saying is true, then all that has to be false.
Right. They can't
And
both be simultaneously true.
and if all that stuff is false, if Bible and the church who gave it to us is at its core completely deceived and deceptive, then that's the foundation on which Andres and Aaron Abke make their claims is also false.
Thanks for
So
saying
their
that so
so their
clearly
their
and
entire
simply.
presentation is a contradiction.
And to study the Bible is completely waste of time. And like these guys are saying the same thing, and still studying the Bible voraciously to uncode the secrets with their own reasoning.
But the claim is that the people who gave us Bible and wrote Bible are were deceptive and deceived.
Right.
And but somehow these guys got a hold of the Bible and they know what's true and what's not true, but not the great saints and ascetics over time. No, not the people, not these priests who survived Pitești prison, torture camp in Romania, not the great holy elders that came out of the Siberian prison camps. None of that. All liars, all deceived.
Yep.
So the amount of pride and hubris, it's like I don't know that they can comprehend what we just said there.
I don't
And
think
I think
so.
if confronted with it, they have some kind of defense that won't even allow them to consider that possibility that they're in that deep of a contradiction. I mean, it would unravel their entire presentation is gone.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything, not just one video, not just one point or 2 points, but the whole foundation on which they're building every other claim that they make is completely false.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the friend who asked me to do this, I've had so many conversations, and then he'll say something to me that I realize nothing I said has landed whatsoever.
Yeah,
Um, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So, and like never will they read the Saints. I'm like, read this, and they like he'll send me a book of like some PhD he's reading on universalism or something. It's like,
Yeah, yeah. So
okay,
where the
you know,
foundation is the same rotten foundation, the same unfounded assumptions. Yeah. You can even lay it out as an argument like premise one, premise two, and conclusion and say premise one, for what they're saying to be true, Bible has to be true. Uh, Premise two, Bible is not true, or it's deceived, it's altered in some way, and we shouldn't listen to those authorities. So there's like a double contradiction. Don't listen to those authorities telling you about Bible. Listen to me tell you. Oop, what the heck? The phone just decided to
I hear you,
connect.
but I can't
Yeah, the
see you.
phone, that was weird. The phone just decided to connect as its video instead of anyway. So premise two, all that's false, and the people who gave us Bible are also false. Yeah, they're in two contradict. In conclusion, you should listen to me. So they're saying you don't need any authority, or the authorities that are Christianity are lying and deceiving, and that the book itself has misquotes or lies or deceptions put in it. And now we're going to listen to them as the authority. On what basis, I have no idea. They're not
Well,
really.
you pointed to it earlier, the basis of their fruit, which is material fruit.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
so if you have
who's making the
millions,
most money? That he
yeah,
must have the truth.
yeah, which contradicts what Christ said, but then they just say, "Oh well, that's part's misunderstood," and they just
Right.
interpret it however they want. Yeah. All right. Well, I think we actually nailed that was the coffin lid right there at the end. So let's. I don't even like spending that much time on these guys because that's the killer. That's the defeater right there. Is that their entire basis for everything they say is built on contradiction. So the arguments all fall flat. There's nothing deeper about it than that. The deception is, or the trick is why people end up believing in it because people aren't even thinking about what their own worldview is or the
Right.
worldview that they're encountering. They're just going, oh, I was lied to. Okay, I can make money or whatever. And a lot of times they're reacting to a type of Christianity that's not orthodoxy, that's not true
That,
Christianity or any kind of understanding of what that is. And it's not necessarily their fault, but they just haven't encountered it. That's for me where the undoing and all embody. Oop, that's where the undoing and all the embodiment stuff really helped me out was that I was forced to examine my own contradictions along the way and where the worldviews that I espoused were broken or unfounded or ungrounded in actuality. So that's
yeah.
being able to tell the difference between the contents of the snow globe of the mind versus what's actually happening. And when you can know the difference, you can tell when something's trying to emotionally manipulate you or someone's trying to tell some bullshit that's that doesn't connect to anything. And you can just ask some simple questions and it will come unraveled. But anyway, well, I think that's good for now. And if God Codes or whatever his name, Andres, happens to see this, Chris also wanted to offer him a boxing match on a trampoline. Chris also thought about mud wrestling, but I think the boxing match on a giant trampoline would be better.
Yep.
Uh,
Um, that offer
so
stands. I stand by that.
that's going to be amazing. Yeah, so I'll tag him in the video here. Maybe we get a response if he makes it to the end. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what his ban is,
And
but
if he wins, he is the wealthy prophet, and you should join his secret initiations and forget everything we just said.
yeah, the trampoline is actually to give Chris a little bit of
A little bit of
well, just to it's like a handicap since the guy can levitate, you know.
a
You have to jump in case you have to jump to hit him.
yeah, I missed that. Right.
All
That
right,
might stand a
cool.
chance. All right, thanks for doing that, Garrett. You
Yeah.
articulated things very well that I couldn't. 'Cause it's just so obviously false to me that I can't even tell you why. But you
I'm glad we could work it out. Yeah, we'll do some more of this. We'll be back again very soon with more of Playtime with Chris and Garrett. And have fun, everybody. Don't be deceived out there. And soon you'll see the launch. I'm going to do 30 days of levitation and because undoing makes you really see you levitate. No, I'm going to do 30 days of the Summerland grand opening starting on Sunday. So be prepared for that. There'll be a nice little adventure and fun stuff to do every day. And then on Saturdays, we'll have a special webinar. And probably Chris will join us. Maybe he can be a guinea pig. And yeah, teach everybody. And we'll also tell you about the wasp. There's this wasp that Chris and I know has such a phenomenal life story. Um, yeah, we'll tell you about him later. All right.
sounds good, man.
Have fun, Chris. Talk to you soon.
Bye bye.